We getting over this hump together. That's me, Evangelist Angie B., Amazon International #1 best-selling author, mother, daughter, sister, friend to some, entrepreneur. Angie B. is a mental health advocate, a motivational speaker, an ambassador for alopecia awareness, and media personality. Hello, everyone. I am the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B., and I'm honored to be here with you, a domestic violence survivor. She has endured physical and mental trauma and shares her testimonies around the world. Recently named by Contessa's Court, Women in Business 2023, we've been over some humps. And we getting over this hump together. Let's get it started. Hey there, family. It's me, the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B, and I am buzzing in my beehive today. Oh, it's so colorful in here. I got pink and red and, oh, my word. Well, sometimes you just gotta look like a basket of laundry. Sometimes you just gotta throw on what you got on and keep it moving, especially when you are a parent. It's so many things you got to do. You could be a parent of a child, a parent of a pet. It's just, and stuff gonna be happening. And so, what you gonna do about it? So today, my special guest host is my sister Sonya. She is a Michigan resident, a lifelong Michigan resident. And for the past 11 years of her life, she has been diligently and successfully raising my only niece. And so now that summer vacation is coming up, what is a parent to do? I mean, Sonya, you ready to discuss this? We're going to bring you on in so we can get over this hump together.
Hi.
Yeah.
Very timely message, definitely.
On a vacation, I tell you, I was looking at the prices for the YMCA summer camp this year. It had only gone up a little bit, but still, whew.
What's a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, it just all adds up so quickly. I am contemplating putting Sandra in chess, in like a summer chess club of her current chess teacher. And he said, just 125. 125 of what? A week? Or for the 4 weeks? Or for, and I never did get an answer. I'm like,
okay. That's like when I took our parents to go check out some assisted living places, just for 20 years from now, to kind of, not right now. And he was showing them the dining room area and the living quarters. And finally, our mom, Jamila, was like, now, how much is all this going to cost? And he said, only $7,000. And she was like, for the year? And she said, we got to get the heck up out of here.
Right. So no point even looking.
I get it. Gas is high. Eggs are high. Milk, everything is high. And now you've got to figure out a way to continue the education and entertain these children for the summer.
Yeah.
What is we gonna do? What is we? No, no suggestions,
It's
huh?
difficult. I really don't know. I mean, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and one of the uh, hostesses said that her 11-year-old son is always playing, always PlayStation, always doing something inside. So when he said he wanted to go outside and play the game, she encouraged it because she was just happy that he wanted to be out the house, even though he was just in the backyard, still just playing his game. It was
Yeah.
just, yeah, kids aren't like it used to be. I mean, we used to sit in the backyard on the swings, and we were the neighborhood house. Everybody would come,
Yep.
and my mom would
Yep.
make corn dogs and have popsicles, and I don't know what we would do, and it was boys and girls. We were just sitting out there. There was no question of indecency, and we were all different ages.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
just different. Just
Mm-hmm.
whereas now somebody might think that was boring, but it sounds like a fun that I miss.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So tonight's topic really is a tie-in to so many different aspects of parenthood. For example, we started out our morning with your lovely niece and my daughter having
Oh,
general
yeah.
parenting pains over
Hmm.
being a pet parent.
Yeah.
And I think she even said, "How am I supposed to get to work on time if I got to walk you and you don't want to walk in the rain? You just you
Right.
just want to look at
Right.
me." And I feel you. I feel you. And then we've got aunts and grandparents that are getting tired of being the drop-in babysitter when folks want to, I don't know, go out to the movies or what. I mean, these folks
But
is
then
getting
what,
tired.
what is a parent to do? Because, I have a sister who constantly asks me where my daughter is when I go anywhere, even if it's just to the store. Oh, we're sent. Oh no.
You're okay. I can still hear you.
Oh, um,
Yep, you're good. You're good. And I get it. You kind of think that people will understand or have some compassion
right.
or think along the realm of, "Oh yeah, well, maybe I could do something."
Right.
And
Or I
that
mean,
don't
definitely there were times when she was much younger and I needed a babysitter, even a virtual babysitter. But in this day and age, I hate to say it, but these electronic babysitters come in a pinch, and you can um be connected to them through any smart device in your home, and they know how to use it. They know how to call you on Messenger. And you remember when we were kids, it was, if the phone rang 3 times, 2 times hung up, and one more time, then that's when you answer. Other than that, don't answer that phone, because you don't
yep,
know who it is. As if somebody could have just come through the phone or something. But yeah,
don't
it's
answer
a
the
different
doorbell.
time.
Don't answer the
Yeah,
phone. Latchkey kids.
right.
But now
Definitely
we
don't
got
answer the
kids that don't need a
doorbell.
key because they don't leave a house.
No, they don't leave the house, or even something as simple as the smart door that I have, and my daughter knows the combination. And all she has to do is type it in, but she still has
Mhm.
a key because I want her to learn how to use a key.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah. Well, I want to tell you that a part of this topic came from my friend in Michigan, Uniqua Leak. Hey girl, hey girl.
Hi,
How you doing?
Aniqua.
She just graduated. She got pictures, cap and gown, all over
Congratulations.
the place. She
Yep,
a
yep,
college graduate. She got
yep.
mm.
From Wayne State, right? Yep. I think she
Oh
graduated from Wayne
man.
State, right? Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so excited for her. So excited.
Yes.
But she posted on her Facebook page, and we are Uniqua and I are alopecians, so we kind of look out for each other. And she said, "Hey y'all, I need your help." And so immediately, my ears are perked up. I'm like, "What my girl need help with?" She said, "So I was made aware of a beautiful sixth grader that went through a very traumatizing experience at school a week ago." And I'm thinking, school almost out. What
It
could somebody
is.
hit her with a snowball? What could happen? So she went on and she said the girl's wig fell off while she was in class, and her classmates were very cruel of sixth graders, of course. Even with her teacher's efforts to regain control of the class, it did not stop the laughs, the pointing, and the jokes. She says, "I'm going to surprise her soon, and I would like it if you could send short, encouraging videos to her." And she lists her email address. And she says she's also going to give her a goodie bag. Now, keep in mind, she's a sixth grader. So if you'd like to contribute to what she can set up, even at an Amazon store, please send it to her. And then she's got the alopecia areata warrior uh, logo
Oh,
in her
okay.
message. So, as an alopecian, an adult alopecian, I still feel for parents who have alopecian children. you know, Dr. Barb Buchanan out in Texas wrote a beautiful book about how she lost her hair when she was 3. And so back then, they didn't have wigs that fit a child's head. So she was walking around with a helmet, and kids would yank it off and just be, completely cruel. After a while, you can only wear a cap to school for so long before. So, I mean, what's a parent to do when your child has no hair? Uh, that has been the alopecia struggle. And then it led me to your struggle. What's a parent to do when the child got all this hair and, and wants to wear it in red or pink or green or which shade? You don't want the child to look too old or look like Ronald McDonald. What is a parent to do? So what's your latest dilemma with hair and my lovely niece?
Well, we have finally gotten over um the struggle of getting her hair done.
Woo, woo, Jesus.
For these past 10 years, it's been me washing it and everything I possibly can to make her comfortable, sitting her in, step stool in the bathtub and, getting the little claw and just doing one good scrub and water in my ears. And I was okay. So now finally, we have an
Oh,
excellent stylist at a at a beauty shop called, let me look it up. But I really like our stylist because she is very patient with Sandra. She, jokes around with her. The name of the salon is the Eccentric Style Salon in
mm,
Detroit.
mm,
And
mm,
it's just a salon full of women who are only doing natural hair. They're doing locks. There are men in there getting locks. There are, women getting sister locks, and their natural hair getting colored and things of that nature. It's great. I saw someone getting their hair pressed. So I was like, wow, I never see any chemicals. I'm sure that perhaps there may be, but that is not their focus. And so, though it is definitely a tad bit of a financial strain, then there are just some things that we have stopped doing so that she has the money to to
Mm-hmm.
have her hair done, because I just need a professional to clip the ends, actually wash it, blow dry it, and quite frankly, I need to leave. That should be some of my time that I get to go and chill out alone, but I sit there, just in case there's a
Like a good
relapse.
parent, like a
Right,
good diligent parent. And I understand. And when we talk about what's a parent to do, I mean, I don't always want to talk about the plight of the single parent. So if we've got some, you know, co-parents that are watching tonight, please post your comments in the chat. If you're watching this at a later time, please put hashtag replay and what city, state, or country you're watching from. This seems to be a global problem since the pandemic ended. We've got news reports of companies that want parents to come back into the office. You can't be virtual at home anymore. Uh, and that would be fine if we were going back to salaries that matched the rising cost of everything,
right,
everything.
right. Yeah.
But a lot of people are going back to the same salary they were getting pre-pandemic, and that
Hmm.
don't cover half of what you need. What is a
It
parent
is.
going to
It's
do?
very frustrating, especially when you talk about latchkey, or if there are after school programs and daycare things. I remember that preschool for my daughter was $150 a week, and it was just all the money in the world to me. I mean, it was
Hmm.
$600 a month that I was paying for
Hmm.
her to basically. I mean, she was learning things at this preschool. Definitely, it was a good one. Home based. She
Hmm.
got three meals a day, especially if I had to work a little later. However, I found that I was making only just enough
Right,
to cover
right,
rent, because I wasn't a homeowner at that time,
right.
and childcare. And then
Hmm.
when we got to elementary school, then I had to have her in an after school program, because she got out at 3:30 and I got off at 4.
Hmm.
And
Right,
for the privilege of them watching her for that half
right.
hour, 45 minutes or whatever, then that was $150 a week. And I
Mhm.
started taking advantage of the fact that she could stay there until 6 o'clock. And I would just, come home and look at myself for a minute, just to be able to have
Mhm.
that differentiation between
Mhm.
employee back to mommy.
Right.
And so now it's my understanding that even $20 more, even if you're talking 170 a week for any type of child care, when your salary has not gone up,
Right.
then
Right.
it still presents a gap.
What you gonna do? What
Right.
what what is you gonna do? What is you gonna do? And then again, not harping on the single parent train, but we are going through, I mean, we were just bragging about Uniqua. And by the way, Uniqua presented me with these glasses, so that's why I have them on. And
There.
Uniqua also blessed me with a lip kit, and that's what I'm smacking tonight. I got let me open it. Let me open it. It's so lovely. It's got a lip liner that I
Oh.
lined my lips with. And look at that gold. Look at that gold. See, I'm trying to match the whole red and gold ensemble. Somebody was like, "Why you got a dashiki on? This
I was about
ain't
to
February."
say, is that still called dashiki? Is that what they call that still? Because that's definitely from when I was quite a young child, and they called it a
Ooh.
dashiki. Yeah.
Yeah, but my lips be popping. So thank you, Uniqua. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am so grateful. I love the packaging and
Yes.
everything, and even the little pink box, and so but going back to graduation, Uniqua was graduating, and it was so exciting to see her graduation pictures. But I know some parents that struggled this year. This was one of the first years that COVID didn't stop graduation, prom, all that other kind of stuff. Okay. I feel for the kids that didn't get to have all that, but Lord have mercy, I feel for these parents. I don't know. I know our nephew went to prom and you was talking about some shoes he had on, but how are parents paying for prom? How are parents paying for the cap and gown now? What? I, mm, I don't
I
know.
I wonder how um although I don't think that the extravagance has gone away. I think that because our nephew went to prom by himself, and I will never forget. I wanted to go with my friend Mary, whose birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Mary! And a few other female friends, and my mother was like, "No, you are not. We just spent money for these dresses to be made. You're getting your hair done and all this, but." And so I went on and secured a date, but I do know that a lot of his class, they were solo dolo, and
Hmm. That must
I
have been
I
the
just don't know.
solution.
Yeah,
That must have been the solution right there. Hey, if you
yeah,
want to go to prom, you go, but I ain't funding the limo and her corsage
right,
and his photo shoot at his mama and them's house. No,
right,
mm-mm.
right.
Yeah, that is probably the solution. Probably. Okay, we got a couple of special announcements we got to make. We'll be right back, you guys. But tonight's topic is what is a parent gonna do, and we got a whole lot of aspects of that to discuss. We'll be right back. Pastor Mary Hope cordially invites you to attend the Women's Conference, June 9th through 11th, 2023, in St. Augustine, Florida. Broken, bruised, scratched, scared, but still resilient. Based on Genesis chapter 2, verse 22 through 24, I was made from bone. On Friday, June 9th at 2:30 p.m., the topic is Bumps and Bruises, presented by Pastor Regina Johnson. On Saturday, June 10th at 2:30 p.m., the topic is Scared and Broken, from Dr. Teresa Carlton. And on Sunday, June 11th, 2023 at 2:30 p.m., the topic is Resilience, from minister and therapist Kinsey Elaine. And on Saturday, June 10th, your MC is me, Evangelist Angie B. Your host is Pastor Mary Hope. The address is 1855 Prunier Road in St. Augustine, Florida. It's all about Jesus and Me Incorporated, the teaching ministry. Broken, bruised, scratched, scared, but still resilient. Promotional consideration provided by Angie B. Productions.
I'm here coming to you from Favored. May is Maternal Mental Health Month. Yes, it is a thing. Did you know that women of any age, race, culture, and income level can experience perinatal anxiety, depression, and other mood disorders? That symptoms normally start to develop when a woman is pregnant and through their first year after childbirth? And that there are well-researched and well-effective methods for which a person can recover? There is. And this is where Maternal Matters Favored come in. We provide counseling, support groups, and a life skills program to parents and backing them up while they're balancing out parenthood, and life all at one time. Remember, there's no manual to parenting, but there is a tribe for every parent. We hope that you join us.
I wanted to include that clip from Maternal Matters Favored because it is so relevant to our conversation today. And I'm going to bring Sonya back in just a minute. We're talking about issues that parents have. What is a parent going to do? We've been talking about pet parents and grandparents and aunts and just expenses, but we also want to remember that May is Mental Health Awareness Day and Maternal Mental Health Awareness. We've got parents that are pregnant that are dealing with mental health issues. We've got parents of newborns and kids that are preschoolers that are dealing with things. And, back in the day, folks used to say, oh, that's just a little postpartum baby blues. You'll get over it. But Lord have mercy, what happens if you don't? And how do you know how to get over it? All right, Sonya, I got a question for you. Somebody said to me that they said, well, you knew what you was getting into by becoming a parent. But how do you really know? How do it know? And so I appreciate Maternal Matters Favor for kicking off these 5 weeks of virtual support group training. I want to thank you again for contributing your story to their fundraiser. But how do you really prepare for the different aspects of parenting?
You don't. And actually, comments like that are the same to me as saying her skirt was so short she wanted it. It's the
Oh,
same mental abuse to say you knew what you were getting into as a parent. As Tam said on her clip, there's no manual to parenting. There's no same situation, that's for sure. I mean, baby blues can start from the time you find out you're pregnant
yeah,
until they're in kindergarten. Who knows?
yeah.
There's no rhyme or reason. And I think it's very inconsiderate for people to put the scarlet letter on you when you're a single parent,
When you
you
got a
don't know the
husband.
story. Right. You can be
I've
a
heard
single
people
parent with a
say,
husband.
yeah, well, you got a husband. It should be taken care of. You got what?
Right. Yeah.
Whew, what's a parent gonna
That's
do?
when I was pregnant, Sandra's father didn't wanted to participate in making a baby, but then didn't want to father it. So he was out of our lives for 6 weeks until I tracked him down with a private investigator and had the police bring him back. But the sheriffs, should I say. Thank you, Oakland County Sheriff's Department in Michigan. But yeah, I harken back to the thought of mommy's baby, daddy's maybe. And,
Yeah.
it's sometimes it is just a matter of, oh, this is my choice. And it is not always a choice.
Mm.
some of us don't have a choice. And I really, I resent that comment of, you knew what you were getting into, because no one knows what they're getting into as a parent. No one
Mm-mm,
knows. You don't know
mm-mm,
that you're raising the next Obama. You don't know that
mm.
you're, raising a special needs child unless you've had an amniocentesis while you were pregnant. But,
Mhm,
you just
mhm.
don't know. And,
Mhm.
even when you're talking about a foster or an adopted child, whether four-legged or two-legged,
Yeah,
you don't know.
yeah,
You don't know what their trauma was that has gotten them to
mm,
the point of where they are now. And
yeah.
patience is the only virtue I know, and it's rough. It's rough to
What's
be
the parent
patient.
gonna do? I
Right.
just got a message from a woman who says, "Well, they can always bring my grandbaby over," or "I'm always gonna go get my grandchild. That's the way I help out." And so I just replied to the message. I'm like, "Good for you," but
Right. That's that's not status quo. And
Mhm.
when you are an older parent, or a geriatric mom, as I have been lovingly called by many a medical professional, um, you tend to not have that that village as a younger parent would have, because
Mhm.
for one, the thought is, well, she's
You know,
40. I mean,
right.
surely she's making the money, or she's got the people. She knows somebody that can help out.
Mm.
Why don't you ask and find out? Or
Mhm.
it's, well, sorry, we're tired. We have great grandchildren now. We have
Whew.
raised our own and the next generation, and we just can't do anything for that third generation. It's just, and it
Yeah,
can be extremely, extremely
yeah,
depressing and heartbreaking to,
yeah.
to feel like your child is a burden to everyone else because of your choices.
Right, right. Well, I do encourage everyone, every parent, no matter if you got a newborn or a 30-year-old. I may have to log on and join the mmfavored.org, the life skills workshops. They're going to be talking about financial planning and a lot of things. And I remember at one point I was because there's a part of some parents that when they see that their child is hurting, they just want to embrace it or kiss the boo boo and make it all go away. But sometimes your child will look at you and say, don't come over here. I'm just, what's the
Right.
parent gonna do? What
Right.
I saw something on Facebook that was a beautiful image of a woman sitting on the edge of the bathtub, and she just, had her head in her hand. And the caption was, it was right around Mother's Day. A mother is always going to call a 25-year-old to check in just to see if they got home. A mother is always gonna, do these things no matter if your child is 25, 35, 55. But what are we going to do when it's not received or it's not helpful? Like you
Well, I
said
think that
earlier,
mhm.
that parent had their child wanted to go outside and play. Okay, that was good, but what if they really don't want to? What if it's not received? What if it's not helpful? What are
Well,
your thoughts?
I think that parents have to definitely wear all different types of hats, and mind readers are usually one of them. It's so interesting. We have uh, a friend, brother named James Jackson, who is still considered a newlywed, and his wife, Carol Jackson, is very integral in making sure the children are okay. And
Oh, good.
we we had to go to, I specifically waited to pick Sandra up from school, and go to City Hall because I had some business to take care of. And I wondered if we were going to see Carol because I've been to City Hall 1,000 times and have never seen her. Well, of course, just a blessing. We saw her walking by. She's like, "Ah," waving to Sandra, and I was like, "Oh my God, Sandra, look, there's your Aunt Carol." So, she came around and she started talking to her, and how's things going, Sandra? You still having any problems with some of those little girls at school? No, I said, yes, she is. Tell her, because, this is your chance. This is your chance to say, yes, I would love if you come up to the school with an officer like you said you were going to. And that's what she's going to do. She's going to bring an officer up there either tomorrow or Thursday because they're out of school Friday and Monday for the holiday. But
Point them out. Point them out.
Yes. She asked which girl it was, and I mean, it comes down to the girl made a TikTok about Sandra, and Sandra chose not to tell the teacher about it because she didn't want to get the girl in trouble. But then I have to clean it. I have to be the one here. What? What's her name? What's her mama's name? Where's her phone number? Let me, and cyberbullying is a whole nother realm of bullying that we never had to deal with. But it's as bad as calling your mama's phone and hanging up. It's the same thing. It's but it just more severe and not as anonymous. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So the purpose of that
don't do.
Exactly, but the moral of that story is you have to reach out to those who are willing to reach out and help you, and I realized Sandra in the moment was like, well, I don't want to bother her. No, because she said that you can always tell her, and here we are, we right here. You still in school uniform. Go on and tell her. So,
So the next topic deals with how can others be more supportive of parents? Because the parent struggle is real. And I always, because I'm an evangelist, I always go to what can the church do? Now, I know we grew up going to vacation Bible school every summer. That was one good week, where hey, I don't know what time, 10 a.m. to 2 or however long, but it was one good free week where mom didn't have to deal with the three of us for the summer. Right. And we got a snack and we got some education. So that was good. But there are some churches that really can't do that now. They're really struggling. Yeah, that's my guard dog. He upset about something. So
yeah, and then we also went to summer camp, which is so crazy to think about. It was about 3 or 4 hours away. It definitely was a nice road trip to get to us. It wasn't within arm's reach, and we were gone for 2 weeks in the summer. I just can't even imagine. The longest that my daughter has ever been away from me was for the summer. So for 2 months, and we spoke every night, and every night was a drama. Oh my God, when you coming to get me?
I had her. I kidnapped her. I mean, she did the whole stranger danger while we was going through TSI, but that's a whole different story.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. But mom talked about how she would work extra just to be able to pay for summer camp, just so she could have a 2-week vacation. And she compared it to the fact that all of her friends would send their kids south for the summer to hang out with their grandparents.
Right.
And even with the Emmett Till situation, she wasn't going to do that if she had, but that was how she solved it back then, summer camps and things like that. But the situation with the boys.
You're saying she, but we had a 2-parent household. It wasn't just a matter of her decision. They as a couple, I presume, wanted some couple time, and 2 weeks. 2 weeks out of a
Just
summer.
look.
I can't even imagine. I honestly can't imagine.
It's
I
beautiful.
I miss my daughter when she's not around, and but I would love to have just even a weekend where she's not right underfoot. Just but
Yeah. Yeah.
again, it is that whole stranger danger thing, and you may have friends and uh, people who volunteer or want your children to come and stay, but unfortunately, I guess for me, maybe not everyone, but for me, I don't know who else is in that house, because it's not a guarantee
Oh
of,
goodness.
oh, it's a mother, father, sisters, and maybe biological brother. It could be
You're right about that.
mama, boyfriend, the other boyfriend that comes when the other boyfriend comes. You
Hmm.
just don't know. And
Hmm.
I've also learned, as in being a parent, that in this day and age, since I am an older parent, I guess I have old school values, and the younger parents, don't care, can drop their kids off on the porch, and they gone. They go, you got them, see you when you see it. You're like, wow, it's a compliment, but it's
Hmm.
it's not the smartest thing to do.
Hmm. Our topic tonight is, what is a parent gonna do? What is a parent gonna do? It's spring break, summer vacation, it's a snow day for y'all. It's all of the above, and we have to, hurricane days for us. We
Oh
have
boy.
to look at empowering ourselves, so that we can truly be able to get over some of these humps together. I don't know. It's just something. All right. Give me just a second. We got a phone call that came in and they're texting. So we're going to play a couple of commercials and we'll be right back, you guys. Be
Okie
right back.
dokie.
Mhm.
Save the date, September 14th through 17th, 2023, for the 7th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Weekend Retreat for Alopecia Awareness. Our travel partner this year is Stephanie Fowler. Call her for your arrangements at 470-331-1788. The 7th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Weekend Retreat for Alopecia Awareness. Our theme this year is completion, keeping our faith over the struggle. Log on to boldbeautifulandbald.com for more information. Bold, beautiful, and bald. Please allow us to introduce you to one of the graduates of our YUP program.
Hi, I'm Sandra B. I live in Michigan. And yep, I'm an author.
YUP, Youth Entrepreneur Author Program. Our goal is to initiate literacy in students and lead them to entrepreneurship through authorship. Our mission is to identify and invite organizations to participate in this program. Students participate in virtual writing workshops where they are encouraged to write their stories and provide reviews of stories read. We ask you to support our youth. For a donation of only $50, your company or organization will be mentioned as a youth supporter in the next audiobook. Send an email to yup!'I'm-an-author@gmail.com to provide a scholarship for a young person to participate.
Yep, I'm an author.
Proceeds are accepted and disbursed by NGB Productions. And now, these students are authors and entrepreneurs. Follow us online. Just search for Yup, I'm an Author on Facebook. Use the hashtag Yup, I'm an Author. Or call 407-914-6519.
That's 407-914-6519 for more information. This program is sponsored in part by Angie B. Productions.
Yep, I'm an author.
Yep, she's an author. That's my adorable little niece. This is the S&S hour, and I'm about to bring the big S back in. Hey, Sonya, I appreciate your daughter Sandra for participating in the Yup. She's an author.
Yeah, she is. She wrote a cute little story the other day. I'll have to read it to you, but yeah, she needs to redo that promo. She was so congested.
It's all right. It's all right. She'll be able to do another one after this summer. So I want you to know I've got Sandra registered. She can join us virtually Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and Fridays at 8 p.m. For at least 1 hour to 90 minutes. The Yup program kicks off next week because kids are out of school. Yup.
Oh,
And so, well, she can catch up when she get ready for it. Even Friday at 8, because Tuesday will be repeated on Friday. So if somebody misses Tuesday, they can jump in Friday or, that's how we're working it out. But it is a summer program. All the students that participate, and we do have a couple of college students that are participating. All the students are going to be able to write their book, and it will be produced as an audiobook, so they'll become authors. We do have a publisher in Michigan, Latoshia, the author, who says she's going to publish the book in the fall. So prayerfully by, before winter break, the kids will have a book in their hand and go around, tell all their friends and family, buy this book from me, make a little bit of money, and hook up everybody for the Christmas shopping list. So that is the goal. That is the goal. So, yep, I'm an author. Y'all go search for it on Facebook. And this Friday is the last day that folks can get registered. Even if you're not, out of school and ready, please get registered, because we were able to get some scholarship money so that these students don't have to pay the $50. And
that's awesome.
African American Entrepreneur Association made a donation. Vincent Taylor, the educator and the author, made a donation. Alan Black, another author, made a donation. And we got donations from the Let's Change Together conference. That's a virtual women's conference that's coming up in a couple of weeks. And what the visionary did was, every time she got a sponsor, she made a donation not only to the Yup program, but to the Latimer Cancer Foundation in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
And so it was nice to be able to go on their website and press the donate button a few times. And so that was good. We'll see that commercial later on in the show. But so we got scholarships. So if you're watching and you don't know what you're going to do with your child or a student that this summer, please get them registered to be in the Yup program.
And this is the virtual?
Virtual? Okay. Yep. They're going to get on. They don't even have to get on camera. They just can be backstage, and there'll be presentations. There'll be videos. There'll be some music playing. Okay, it's time to get your tablet. Let's write some things down. There'll be inspirational aspects of it, like, okay, what's eating you today, or what's bugging you today. It was easy to write about the pandemic at that time when we did the first project, but now, what are you going through now? And were you able to go to City Hall and ask somebody to bring the popo up to the
Right.
So we want to hear all about it. So let's get back to the topic of churches helping out parents during the summer. In a perfect world, which is what you always say, how could a church be helpful to a parent this summer? with regards to their child?
That's a difficult question because um
Mm,
most most members of the church community haven't their schedule doesn't change over the summer.
mhm.
However, I do know that there are so many I don't know if this is a national thing or not, but I know that there are centers where um they have lunch for children,
Yeah, yeah,
which is all well and good if they can get there. I often wonder when
yeah.
I see the signs. When I see the signs, I think, okay, how they gonna get there? How they gonna, I mean, that's all well
Mhm.
and good. Whereas if it was some type of program that was an all day thing, then it would, help out a
Yeah,
parent greatly, especially for those who are back in the office, or even for those who are virtual. It's difficult
yeah,
to work virtually with a young child at home because they still are in need of the same things getting from school, meals and
yeah,
stimulation. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's really it's something.
Mhm.
But I know that my church, Beth Eden Missionary Baptist Church in Detroit, Michigan, my pastor is the irreplaceable Isaiah Petway,
Mhm.
and we have at different times thought about and explored potential different programs that could come to utilize our building. Uh, it's unfortunate that once we gained a contract to do that, unfortunately, it was going to be the summer that COVID started. So
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm. Mhm.
that may come
Mhm.
loop back around, and it was going to be a STEM camp, science. What is it? Science, technology, English, math.
Engineering and
Oh,
engineering. Yeah, engineering.
yes, engineering. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. We gotta send these kids to outer space engineering. We got to do that. But so I'm proposing, and the call that came in said that the caller said that they are doing virtual workshops, and they can money management workshops, and they can offer them throughout the summer, no charge. Okay,
Oh,
that's
wow.
great. So they're sending me their information, and maybe we can put together a program for some of the churches. I know that you guys are doing Vacation Bible School, and that's a week, but summer lasts all summer.
Right.
So maybe if the churches, have internet access, or maybe like some of the kids had to sit in the parking lot during COVID, the parking lot of the school, just to get Wi-Fi. Maybe if the churches could make these virtual programs accessible, it would be helpful to the parents, to do the things that the teachers tell us. You want to initiate, and stimulate, and continue to educate through the summer. But parents can't do it by themselves.
Right.
It'll take a village. Still take a village. So
So takes a
um,
village.
yeah. So
Well,
again, if
this sounds interesting.
anybody has a student and they just don't know what to do with them over the summer, just contact us. We'll point you in a direction.
I mean,
Hmm.
in financial literacy, Sandra and I were just talking about that the other day because I was telling her, even at 11, uh, I need her to be more diligent of what the bills are in the house. Just simply, you know, you don't need a 30-minute shower. You just don't. You don't. You don't have that much body for a 30-minute shower. Nobody does. I don't even have. You don't need all that. And then, she has this terrible habit of being on her Oculus. Her tablet is playing some Spotify music, and then the TV is on. Well, why? Why is something's got to go?
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, I was
I
trying to
got
figure out how I looped back to that, but I
But
was
yeah,
telling
financial
her,
literacy. Yeah, show her
yeah,
the
and
bill.
right, and
Yeah.
I was telling her how when we were kids, my dad would leave the bills in his checkbook, and we had to write out the check. We had and keep the ledger of it. And though checks aren't something that people do all the time anymore, of course, um, I do want her to, I told her I was going to start showing her how much the bills were and
Mhm.
what's in my bank account. And so
Mhm.
that when I say, oh, okay, well, let's sell some candy or something so that we can go to a water park instead of her just thinking, oh, mommy's gonna work it out. Then you need to see that we all
Mhm.
need to be some hustlers around here.
Mhm.
We need.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
So yes,
We had a
that's a
parent that
pleasure.
said every birthday and every Christmas when their child would get money, that was a good reminder to say, okay, these are the bills. How much of your can you and I know
Right.
I've had conversations with Sandra about, okay, you got $10 for your birthday, so take $1 and put it in the plate when they at church when it comes,
Mm-hmm.
comes by.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, yeah,
Right.
And
Yeah.
then when we were on tour in Detroit in December, and I saw my nephew Noah, he came up and he was like, I want to charge you some money for doing something, Auntie. I said, okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, here your $5. Now you see your mama over there? She had to put gas in her car to bring you. So you should go give her $1. And then you
Right.
and no, it was like, wait a minute, I should have charged more. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So
Yep, it's like that old song "No Charge," where the mother is like,
oh,
hey, for carrying you for 9 months, no charge. For wiping your little butt, I
yeah,
mean, no
yeah,
charge.
yeah.
It's that's really how it is. Sandra knows at this point, like when she got birthday money last month, she wanted some Robux, which is just like Monopoly money, so that she could play one of her games that she hasn't played in a long time. And I said, okay, well, you received a $25 gift card from pastor, and then we are going to take that and I'll use 10 of it for Robux, and then the other 15 we will hold on to until you want some more or something like that. And just it's an easy way
Planning
to not
ahead.
have to say no. Yeah, and it is a planning ahead
Yeah,
type thing. So
planning
yeah.
ahead, planning ahead. Okay, so as we get ready to end this show, do you have any final thoughts about how a parent can get over a hump with a two-legged or a four-legged
So
in their care?
I have been a parent to both. I definitely have. I inherited my mother's elderly dog when she passed away, and he definitely had his own set of rules. He was the man of the house, definitely, my little Chewy. And all I can say is that it is hard to take care of anyone outside of yourself, whether it's two-legged or
Mhm,
four-legged. And
mhm.
when you're blessed to have a helpmate that can assist you, um, take it take that into consideration, but don't forget how to manage your own in
Right,
case that person isn't there.
right,
It's
right.
it unfortunately happens every day. Someone, I think about back in the day when men were called off to war.
Oh,
Well,
goodness.
what was a woman gonna do? Or even, a Navy wife whose husband is gone 6 months out of the year. What?
And
That
now,
just
now
sounds so
listen, now,
crazy.
and now I was a Navy wife for a minute, and we had Navy wife meetings on the
Mm-hmm.
regular
I
to get us
believe it.
prepared. Okay, your husband about to go out to sea. So just be prepared, or your husband about to come home. So just be prepared. And we know you was taking out the trash on the regular, and now he's home, and you expected him to remember. He ain't gonna remember.
You ain't
So
gonna-
you know, I mean, but we had Navy wife classes. We don't even have parenting classes,
Right.
except for Maternal Matters Favor. So log
That's
on
right.
to mmfavor.org.
That was a great segue back, boy. Rolled it on back.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I am very grateful for the gifts and talents and the resources that God has presented to us. And Sonya, I'm grateful for you for being here and sharing. So
Thank
you so much.
Speaking
honey.
of resources, real quick, well, what lighting are you? You know, I don't know if you've noticed. I've been playing with my little ring light here, trying to just achieve the same glow that you've got on your. Yeah, so, well, what lighting are you using over there? I just, thought I would ask.
I'll tell you what, when you're a woman of an almost interesting age like I am, and they tell you make an Amazon birthday list, you get lost in the rabbit hole of, well, what would I want? But then you start looking at the things, well, what do I need? Instead of it being a tax write-off. Oh yeah, that's right. I can get it as a gift and still write it off because
Right.
Thank you for my new light, Sonya. It clicks on my screen, and I can adjust it. It's got I turned it down some, so sometimes the keyboard is dark, and move it all around. And
that's great.
I mean, ring lights are great, but they're big and they're bulky. This little thing just clips on it.
Oh, that's awesome. All right then. Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go start dinner. Save a plate for me. And,
all right.
If it is the Lord's will, we'll be back, you guys, with more of We Getting Over This Hump Together. Have a good one, everybody, and good night.
Good night.
Let's Change Together. 4th annual event. Women's Love Within Conference. Let's change together. Women's Love Within can be understood as the practice of cultivating self-love, self-acceptance, and self-compassion among women. It involves developing a positive and nurturing relationship with oneself, embracing one's strengths, weaknesses, and imperfections, and treating oneself with kindness and respect. The concept of women's love within recognizes that women often face societal pressures and expectations that can undermine their self-esteem and self-worth. These pressures can come in the form of beauty standards, gender roles, and cultural norms that dictate how women should look, behave, and think. By prioritizing women's love within, women can learn to counteract these negative influences and build a strong sense of self that is not dependent on external validation. This can lead to increased confidence, resilience, and overall well-being. Women's love within can be fostered through various practices, such as self-reflection, mindfulness, self-care, and self-compassion exercises. This will be our first year streaming live. For more information, please visit barnettpublishing.org. That's barnettpublishing.org. Promotional consideration for this event is provided by Business with a Heart and Angie B. Productions.